Hello and welcome to Rathods IAS Academy. Today in this session we are going to see current affairs of 14th August 2024. So let's get started with our discussion. So here I am taking around 5 articles here, and apart from that there are 4 more other articles which are relevant from our examination point of view. We are going to see each and every article which is relevant. Totally I will be covering around 9 articles in this class. Okay, so first article it is about man from Bangladesh first in Northeast to get citizenship under CAA. So if you are preparing for other competitive examinations, you can get a question like from Northeast, who is the first person who got this citizenship? And if you are from especially Northeast like Assam, yes, this question will be there for sure in your state service examinations. Okay, so here this article is important from GS paper to polity point of view. And next topic it is about South Asian tumult. So actually in South Asia, many countries, so there is political stability which is going on. And if you take Bangladesh as example and even Afghanistan as example, okay, and also Sri Lanka. So in these 3 countries, we know that the prime minister, they fled from their countries to other countries as asylum. Okay, so apart from that, we have many other countries in this South Asia. So there the turmoil is happening, and how Indian foreign policy to be, that we are going to discuss. And next topic it is about hints of corporatization of science research in India. So as you all know that regarding research and development, Indian government is spending very less amount, right? So here now we are going to come up with this NRF, National Research Foundation, so that we are exclusively focusing on science research in India. And next topic it is about an overview of governance in Delhi. So we know that recently Supreme Court gave judgment between the powers of LG and CM regarding appointment of persons in this MCD. So that is the thing which is given. And next topic it is about, does India have the laws on movement of ballast water? So here you have to focus on ballast water. Okay, that is from your environment and ecology, and you have to see which are the laws which are present. So now let us see the first article, and we are going to see the title, and we are going to see the keyword, and we are going to see from which subject and even dimensions very clearly from today onwards. I'm not going to show this newspaper because it is coming under copyright issue on our YouTube channel. So YouTube is strictly saying to not to show the paper. So because of this, I am taking extra articles which are relevant from our examination point of view at last. Okay, so title says man from Bangladesh first in Northeast to get citizenship under CAA. So what is the thing that you have to focus? CAA of when it came up in year 2019. So before this, actually what is the original law which is present in our country which is related to citizenship is Citizenship Act of 1955. So actually we came up with the Citizenship Amendment Act in 2019, which is proposing amendments to our parent act of citizenship in India. And under this, now this Citizenship Amendment Act is saying that we have to give citizenship to 6 communities, and in these communities there is no Muslim. So Islam is not included, and these 6 communities are from 3 different countries. So first one is Afghanistan, next one is Bangladesh, and last one is Pakistan. And if you see these 3 countries, so they are Muslim dominated countries. So we are not giving citizenship for this Islam. So it is against Article 14, which talks about right to equality. Okay. So here what are the dimensions you have to see is, in our Lakshmikant, we will be having this citizenship chapter separately. You have to see which articles of our constitution talks about citizenship, and you have to see which part of our constitution deal with the citizenship, and you have to see in how many ways you can get or you can acquire citizenship, and you have to see in how many ways you will be losing citizenship of India. So on these 2 areas, you can get 100% prelims based questions. Okay. So already it is an old topic, it is not at all a new topic. So now let us see what exactly this article is saying. So a Hindu man from Bangladesh living in southern Assam, Silchar area. So he is staying there since 1988. So here you have to understand the deadline. So before which time those people should enter India, that is before 31st December 2014. So people of these 6 communities like Hindus, Parsis, Buddhists, Jainis, etc. So they entered India before December 2014, 31st. Then they will be eligible to get the citizenship under the Citizenship Amendment Act. So here UPSC can play a game with this date. So they may change it to 2020, 2022 like that, but it is 2014. Okay, so if you see some facts regarding the Citizenship Amendment Act, so this act which is proposing some changes to our parent act of citizenship in India, that is Citizenship Act of 1955. And this amendment which provides citizenship on the basis of religion to 6 undocumented non-Muslim communities. And you have to remember these 6 communities: Hindus, Sikhs, Buddhists, Jains, Parsis and Christians. Actually, in today's newspaper, there is one more article regarding Parsis. So actually, Parsis people number is decreasing, population is decreasing in India. So because of that, our government is taking some steps towards increasing of population of Parsis. So that article we are going to discuss at last. Okay, as of now, you have to remember these are the 6 communities for which government is going to provide citizenship under this Citizenship Amendment Act of 2019. And they have to enter India before this date, that is 31st December 2014. And this act which exempts the members of 6 communities from any criminal cases under 2 acts. So even you have to see those 2 acts. First one is Foreigners Act, next one is Passport Act, because these people are entering into India without proper legal documents, right? Either they may be having expired visas, passports, permits, etc. And see this next article, the shock effects of South Asian tumult. So actually this article is talking about, as I said, India's foreign policy. So what is the meaning of foreign policy? So it is nothing but they are guiding principles. So for a country, they will say like how we have to maintain relationship with other country. Okay, for that we will be having different policies like neighborhood first policy, we have Act East policy, etc. Right? So actually this article is talking about Indian foreign policy with South Asian countries. So actually with these South Asian countries we are having lots and lots of problems. Okay, so to understand this, let us see India and its neighbors. So here we have Pakistan, here we have China, here we have Nepal, Bhutan, Myanmar, Bangladesh, here we have Sri Lanka, and somewhere here we have Maldives. So what are the threats we are having with these countries? So we are having many threats. So from Bangladesh, now political instability, and now we are having border issues with Bangladesh. And Myanmar is under military junta. So again, we are not having the proper relations with Myanmar. And with Bhutan, Bhutan is going close towards China. It is also one important problem. And with Nepal, we are having no proper relationship because of border issues like Limpiadura, Lipu Lake and Kalapani region. And if you see Pakistan and China, so they are always enemies for India. And please ask your doubts last, okay? Yeah, next one is Sri Lanka. So here in Sri Lanka, what is happening? So again, economic crisis is there and inflation is at a very high rate, and even there is debt because of China's Hambantota project here in Sri Lanka. And what happened in Maldives? So Maldives, it is now pro-China government is formed here, and even many issues are happening between India and Maldives. Actually, whatever the choppers we had gifted to this Maldives, we Indians, we gave 2 choppers gifted to Maldives, and even they had been returned back to India. So it is also some of the issues. And now the problem here is whatever the foreign policy we are having, we have to change the foreign policy according to the challenges that we are facing in the South Asian countries. And even one more issue that you have to connect here is, So this may be your prelims question 2025, that is. So in Bangladesh, what happened? So PM Sheikh Hasina, she fled away and she is seeking asylum in different countries. So in the same case, not only in Bangladesh, but even in Afghanistan, Ashraf Ghani also fled to other countries. And next one is in Sri Lanka also, the Prime Minister, he went to other countries. So here, these are the three countries in South Asia which faced political instability in the recent times. So here you can get a question like which of the following countries faced political instability in the recent times. So these will be the countries from South Asia. Clear? So based on the challenges we are facing, we have to make our own foreign policy. That is the thing which mainly said by this article. So where you can read this article from? International Relations, which comes under GS paper 2. And here you have to see different foreign policies that we are having with different countries. Like you have to know at least 5 to 6 foreign policies that we are having, and you have to see what is the relevance of those foreign policies now. Based on that, you will be getting questions in your mains. And if you see this article, it is saying that India has faced series of political shocks in South Asia since 2021. For example, from 2020 onwards, India-China border is not under our control. Okay, Chinese standoff, it is going on. And even we went for more than 30 rounds of 30 rounds of talks between India and China from 2020 onwards. But there is no standoff which is seen across here. There is no proper status quo. And this one is, if you see India and Pakistan, always the attacks is happening. In Jammu and Kashmir, there is increased terrorism, increased insurgency, infiltration, that you already know. And between this Sri Lanka, fishermen issue which is going on, and always that is in news. And in the Maldives, actually there is one article regarding Maldives is, our Indian External Affairs Minister, he went to Maldives for 3 days trip, and we are going to get the details within 2 to 3 days regarding what are the agreements we had finalized. Is there any progress in the bilateral relation between India and Maldives? We are going to get the details. Okay, so actually this article is saying that we need to have a proactive diplomacy, so that we need to have a better intelligence. Why better intelligence? Because across our border, we are having border insecurity, insurgency, terror attacks, and arms trafficking is happening, drug trafficking is happening. So for that, we need to have a better intelligence, and we need to have better advancements in technology so that we can prevent the unexpected shocks. So we will be better informing about what are the kinds of threats we are going to have, so that we will be normally preparing in advance. And this one is, the problem with Bangladesh here is we have only relationship with Sheikh Hasina, that is Awami League Party. So we don't have proper attachment with Jamaat groups or else like Bangladesh Nationalist Party of Jia Khalida. So because of this, here this article is saying that we have to even have the ties with opposition party leaders. We don't know what happens in the next elections in the countries. And next one is, we need to focus on pragmatism. Pragmatism is nothing but practicality. So actually, whenever we are making relationship with other countries, that should be practically happen. Like we have to focus on especially flexibility in foreign policy. We should not have a rigid foreign policy. Like we will be having only relationship with this only one party which is ruling power. So we don't want to have the relationship with the other political parties which are an opposition party. So we should not have a very rigid. So according to the time, so we have to change our foreign policy. That is called as flexible foreign policy. And next one here is, we have to get the support from even allies, like the assisting friends in the times of crisis, like Sheikh Hasina, which ensures long-term loyalty and strategic advantage. So whenever in any country which we are having the proper good relationship, so even if they are facing crisis, India needs to go first and India needs to help them, so that between the countries we can have the long-term relationship. That is the thing which is mainly said. And even in the navigation also, we are having lots and lots of complications, like China is having its aggressive expansionist policy. So always on, not only on land, but even in the water also, China wants to increase its presence. So because of that, you need to know one concept called as string of pearls. China comes with the concept of string of pearls. So what is a string of pearls is nothing but, so here we are having Indo-Pacific region, right? So in this Indo-Pacific region, wherever the country which is sharing boundary with this Indo-Pacific region, China will go there and China will be developing the ports. That is called a string of pearls. And actually here if you see, here we have this Bangladesh, right? So in this Bangladesh also China wants to improve this port development so that one more port will be added in this string of pearls so that China's influence in this Bangladesh can be increased. So it is also one of the challenge for India now in the future India-Bangladesh relations. Clear? So take down the question. So what is this concept of string of pearls? So what is the concept of string of pearls? So actually in 2022 there was question in your prelims regarding the port which developed by China and in which country it is located. So in that way also you can get question. Okay, so what is this concept of string of pearls? And add a note on its examples. Add a note on its examples. There you have to draw a map of world and see where exactly China is developing which ports in which country. That is very important. Okay, so that is the thing which mainly said. And here if you see what are the key challenges in our geopolitical landscape here is, so with different countries we are having border disputes and we are also having challenges in our territorial integrity. For example, India-Pakistan issue and India-China issue. So that thing that you can write here. And this one is there is also regional influence and rivalries. So China is also increasing its influence or challenges, and even China is coming up with alliance with the different countries like China-Pakistan relationship, China-Sri Lanka, China-Bhutan, China-Nepal, and now China-Bangladesh. So it is also one of the cause of concern for India. And next one is there is rising of terrorism and cross-border infiltration. So now because of Bangladesh instability, so many people are there at the border and they want to enter into India. And even there is increasing of terrorism or terror attacks in our Jammu and Kashmir. And even there is no proper economic cooperation and integration. So there are some barriers in this SARC, barriers in this RCEP, barriers in this BIMSTEC, so that you can add. And next one is even we are having water disputes. For example, Teesta water dispute between India and Bangladesh. And if you see Indus water, it is between India and Pakistan. So those are the some issues. And even next one is political instability and ethnic conflicts is also happening. So political instability, especially across India and Nepal border, India and Bangladesh border, India and Bhutan border, we are having this political instability. And next one here is climate change and environmental degradation also. So if you see the national parks, especially in the northeast, so they are not only present in India, but also some of them are present in Nepal, some of them are present in Bhutan, some of them are in China. So if you want to protect them, even we need to have the proper cooperation with that country also. So it is also one important challenge where some countries they will be not cooperating with India for environmental protection. And this one is even we are having this internal security concerns. So actually there is one report which saying that China is providing arms in the northeastern regions to increase communal violence in this region. So even there is a hand of China in Manipur violence also. So in this way here, there is also issue of internal security from China. So these are the issues that we are having, and you have to make a note of this so that you can write a very good international relations answer with relevant examples. Clear? Yeah, see this article. So it is saying about hints of corporatization of science research in India. So it is talking about what? Science research in India. So what is happening in the science research? So there is a very less spending, right? So what happens whenever there is very less spending in research and development? What happens? Yes, country development will be undermined and we have to depend on other countries for technology, so that it is wasting our foreign reserves. Next. So our aim of becoming developed country will be like a dream, yes or no? Next. So there are lots and lots of impact. So now actually this article is saying that we are going to come up with this ANRF, that is Anusandhan National Research Foundation. So you may get question on this Anusandhan National Research Foundation. Like what is this Anusandhan National Research Foundation? What are the key aims and objectives? So what is the significance of this? So by this Anusandhan Research Foundation, So what are the positives that we are going to get? So in that way you can get a question in your mains. So actually this article is important from which subject? Science and technology. It is important from economy point of view. It impacts on, it is also having impact on society, and even it is also established under one act. That means we can connect with governance as well. So in all these subjects you will be reading this topic. So if you say this article, it is saying that yes, we are establishing Anusandhan National Research Foundation, and it is focusing on increasing of funds on this research and development, and it is one of the clear-cut government plan that we can understand. Yes, government is focusing on research and development in our country. So if you see some facts regarding this ANRF, it is nothing but Anusandhan National Research Foundation Act of 2003. So this act came up in 2003, and now we are going for establishment of this Anusandhan National Research Foundation now. And actually it is mainly repealing one more body which already present in our country. So here we came up with this service, nothing but Science and Engineering Research Board. So it has been established near 2008, but it had become outdated. So because of this, we are replacing this service with this ANRF now. So here, what is this ANRF? It is a body, and the important aim it is to focus on research and development, innovation, and entrepreneurship. So if you are focusing on these three areas, we can enhance our infrastructure regarding research and development, and we can improve knowledge enterprises, and even we can encourage the young people to come up as entrepreneurs in this research and development field. So all these things are advantages. So you have to know these advantages. And what are the functions? So there are 6 to 7 functions, and you have to focus on this. So tell me what might be the functions. So first one is they will be focusing on funding. Yes or no? Okay, so they are focusing on research and development. They will be focusing on facilitation this funding. And next one is they are also focusing on grant proposals. And next one is they will be also helpful for transformation of our research and development atmosphere in our country. And it is also focusing on increasing the role of India in significant national and global arenas. And it will be also encouraging private and public sector partnership, and even they will be coming up with this surveys. So all these are the functions. So you can at least write 4 to 5, right? Funding you can easily remember. You can remember like encouragement of private and PPPs, and you can easily remember that after providing funds they have to come with the proper audits, that means surveys. And you can see like how it is going to assist for research and development in our country. So like that, at least if you remember 4 to 5 points, it is more than enough regarding ANRF. Okay, so now let us see one mind map. So what is significance? So whenever we are having separate body or organization which is focused on, which is especially focusing on research and development, so we can go for democratization of science funding. And you have to use this type of solid words in your answer, like democratization, widening, efficient integrated management, and enhanced collaboration. So if you use this kind of words, then you can enrich your answers. Okay, democratization means nothing but proper funding, proper body that will be taking care of research and development in our country. And especially underserved areas will be getting now funding for the science projects. And if you see, there is also widening of area of research, especially it is supporting the research in other areas like engineering, natural sciences, etc. And even we can promote now research not only in only science and engineering, but even arts, social sciences, humanities. So they will be also getting support now. And next one here is we will be having a missions like supercomputer missions. So do you know about supercomputers of India? How many are there? Yes, 3 supercomputers are there. So please note down those 3 supercomputers in India and what is their speed. It is very important. Yes, yes, that is a very important, because you can get question on that also. You need to know. And this one is, it is also very helpful for efficient management systems, and even we can enhance the collaboration with the different stakeholders like business, academia, and other research institutions, etc., so that we can ensure proper utilization of financial resources if we are having one body which will be taking care of funding. So all these are very, very important, and you can get significance of this NRF. So you have to write all these 4 examples Yeah. What headquarters? You have to find out which is the organization and you have to see headquarters. You won't get any question from headquarters in UPSC. Okay? No, no, they will be not asking for headquarters. Especially for this foundation. It is an organization. It is an internal organization. Okay, if it is international organization, you may get like headquarters where it is located. It will be mostly in the Norwegian countries. Okay, so here see this article, an overview of governance in Delhi. So you know about this topic, right? What is happening in Delhi? Yeah. Yes. So this article is about Lieutenant Governor versus CM of Delhi. So what happened in the recent Supreme Court judgment? So for appointment of three aldermen in MCD, it is the power of LG which is written in MCD Act. Okay, I request you to see this article 1. So here you can see one infographic, right? Can you see here? There are how many judgments? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So I will just read out the what is this case and what is the implication of this. So whenever you are writing any answer regarding Delhi government, you have to include all these court cases. And after once this class is done, you have to make a note of this 5 cases. So first one is Government of NCT of Delhi versus Union of India 2016. So in this 2016 case, here Supreme Court said that Lieutenant Governor, the executive head, and the reducing of the power of elected government of Delhi. So in 2016, Delhi High Court said that Lieutenant Governor of Delhi has complete control over all matters. That means more power is given to LG compared to that of elected government of Delhi. So it is in the case of 2016. And next one is here government of NCT of Delhi versus Union of India in 2018. That means after 2 years of the judgment of Delhi High Court, it said that it restored the powers of elected government of NCT of Delhi in the matters of day-to-day administration. So here in this judgment, here Delhi High Court, same Delhi High Court said that so LG should act according to the aid and advice of Council of Ministers on every day-to-day life. That means excess powers is given to elected government over LG in year 2018. And here you can see in 2021 judgment, here again Supreme Court said that it required Council of Ministers to obtain opinion of LG before any executive action on matters specified by LG. So if LG is taking any action here, Council of Ministers need to take advice from LG. That means it said yes, we need to have a balance of power between LG and as well as elected government in year 2021. And in 2023, so here Supreme Court in May 2023 said that Delhi Assembly and the government shall have legislative and executive powers over services except in relation to public order, police and land. So it is saying that LG is having the power in taking decisions regarding 3 matters: police, public order and land. Other than that, here it is the power of chief minister to take power. That means again elected government is having more power compared to that of this LG. And in 2023, here government came up with an amendment and it said that yes, it is reducing the importance of elected government and chief minister decisions related to services. So actually one Supreme Court gave the judgment and after that, yes, government is coming up with amendment to reduce the power of elected government. And now in 2024 Supreme Court judgment, what it said, it is power of LG to appoint these members of MCD, Municipal Corporation of Delhi. Okay. So these series of judgment you have to see. What do you understand by this series of judgment? It is an example of judicial review. So judicial review and next one is judicial activism. Okay. So whenever you are writing an answer about judicial review is nothing but already whenever Supreme Court gave the judgment, it can review its own judgment. That is called as judicial review. So that you can see in this series of cases. And even this comes under an example of judicial activism also. So in your polity, we will be learning this. Clear? So just here you have to remember the recent judgment of 2024. It said that lieutenant governor is having more powers compared to that of national capital territory of Delhi government regarding appointment of this 10 alderman for this MCD. So apart from that, you have to understand three important organs of our government. So what are the three important organs? We have executive, legislature and judiciary, and we are having a concept of checks and balances. So why we are having checks and balances? We should not exceed the power of one organ over the other, so that we are having this concept of checks and balances. So here in this 2023 Supreme Court judgment, it said about this concept called as triple chain of accountability in democracy. So please make a note of this word, triple chain of accountability in a democracy. Why? Because whenever you are writing an answer regarding checks and balances, you have to give this word, triple chain of accountability in a democracy. So what is this triple chain of accountability is? So here the officials comes under executive part. So they are accountable to ministers. That means executive is accountable to legislature. And this one is we are having council of ministers. So council of ministers again, they are responsible to legislative assembly, and legislative assembly members, they are accountable to people. So everyone is accountable to another. So this is the concept of triple chain of accountability that you can give an example when you are writing this answer of checks and balances. Okay, so this type of solid stuff you have to write in your answers, so that without any negative thought, you will be clearing your examination for sure. So this is the thing which is missing by many aspirants. So you have to follow this current affairs, and you have to take the solid stuff and you have to incorporate in your answers. That is the thing that you have to do. Okay, clear? So remaining is same. So you know about this. And see this article, does India have laws on movement of ballast water? So do you know about any idea? Do you have any idea about this ballast water? Ballast. Have you heard this in your environment classes anywhere? So you know that ships are moving. So one kind of transportation. So tell me the kinds of transportation or types of transportation. Roadways, railways, waterways, airways, pipelines. So if you take in the waterways, so how many types of waterways are there? We have inland waterways and we have international waterways, right? So actually many a times cargo will be transported by these waterways, right? So even we will be getting oil, crude oil through these waterways. So whenever there is transport of cargo, so whenever the container ships are going, they will be having tanks and they will be filling the water. So water they will be filling from the local area in the coastal region only, right? So where the ships are there, will be there in the harbor or ports. So there they will be taking the water and they will be filling in the tanks. So for example, so this ship took the water from India and it took the cargo from India and it went to, for example, US. So after reaching US, what happened? So that water will be dumped there and they will be taking the fresh water. So what happens here is, so water here in Indian water, okay, what happens, they will be having the species of Indian origin. So if they are going to US and if they are dumping there means, so the animals from here, they can be dumped in other areas. So it is an example of invasive species, right? So the species which are present in India, they are native to India, but they are not found in this USA water. But because of this dumping here, it is becoming now invasive species. So the problem with this invasive species is there will be no competitor there, right? And they will be having very rapid rate of reproduction. And now these animals or these organisms which had been dumped here from Indian waters, their number will be getting increased and they cause menace there, right? So that is a problem with this ballast water. Understood the concept of ballast water? So from which topic we will be reading this? From environment and ecology. So now this article is saying that, do we have any laws on the movement of this ballastic water? How we can save our native species? Understood? So you have to add this topic in your environment and ecology notes in the last page. Okay, now let us see this article. So here Tamil Nadu Water Resource Department has informed National Green Tribunal. So do you know about what is this National Green Tribunal? Do you have any idea in your environment? I think sir might be discussed about this. What is this NGT? Take down the question. So what is NGT? What is NGT? And add a note on its functions and responsibilities. NGT functions and responsibilities. So whatever work I'm giving in this current affairs class, so please do this, okay, without neglecting, because it will be helpful for you in the long run. Okay. So actually here, Tamil Nadu Water Resource Department informed NGT that it wants 160 crore rupees from this Kamrajnagar project in Ennore to facilitate removing of invasive mussels. So actually these mussels are nothing but, what are they? So they'll be having shell, inside that the organism will be there. So actually because of this mussels, so whenever, do you know these turtles? Turtles, they will be swimming. Turtles, they are not tortoise. So what is the difference between tortoise and turtle? Tortoise will be having legs with nails, but they will be having, turtles will be having webbed so that they can easily swim in the water. So that is the difference between tortoise and turtle. Turtle will be present in water and tortoise will be there on land. Okay, so on this turtle shells, so these mussels will be attached. So have you watched any viral videos or shorts in YouTube regarding these mussels on tortoise shells? So whenever these tortoise shells are attached, so they will be having some problem because their weight will be increased, so they can't even swim easily. Okay, so actually the problem here is in this Tamil Nadu Kamrajar port, so there is a problem they are facing with these invasive mussels, and if they want to remove them, again they are asking for funds. Okay, so because of this is in news. So here blast water is nothing but it is a water is taken on board by the ship to ensure stability. So whenever they are going from one place to another place, so they need water for sure. So they will be filling the tanks in that ship with this water. And after once they go to that place where they have to reach, and they will be unloading the water, and they will be taking the water in that area, and they will be coming back. So this is called as blast water. So here what are the environment concerns are like invasive species. So the important primary environmental issue with this blast water here is transfer of invasive species. For example, it may have plankton, it may have small fishes, larvae of some marine creatures. So they will be transferred across continents. Okay, so that is one important problem here. And whenever they are released in their non-native, native means nothing but their motherland. So if they are going to other area means they will be becoming this invasive species. And whenever they are becoming invasive species means there will be rapid increasing of their number, and there will be competing with the local species. So because of this competition with the local species number will be declined. Okay, that will be having impact on entire native ecosystem of that region. So examples here you can see introduction of zebra mussels in Great Lakes in North America, which caused extensive ecological and economic damage. And next one is comb jelly. So you know this jellyfish, right? So jellyfish is also one of the invasive species now in Black Sea because of this blast water. Clear? So because of this jellyfish, the local fisheries had been collapsed. Their number will be increasing rapidly, so they will not get the local fishes there. So here whatever the act we are having here is the Ballast Water Management Convention of International Maritime Organization. So we came up in 2017, and this act is focusing on prevention of the spread of this potential harmful aquatic organisms or pathogens in ship ballast water. So you have to add this act. So in environment you have said about different acts which are protecting biodiversity, right? Yes or no? So in that you have to add this Ballast Water Management Convention of International Maritime Organization. So if you are answering any question regarding this acts regarding biodiversity, try to write this act and try to highlight this. So many of them they don't know this. So in this way you can enhance your answers with examples like jellyfish and zebra mussels. Clear? And even you can write the latest example of Tamil Nadu is asking NGT for more funds to remove the mussels. So like that you can add the examples in the current affairs. And there are other articles. The first one is Malaysian PM Japanese minister said to visit New Delhi next week. So here you have to see Malaysia, next one is Japan on your atlas, and you have to see which are the countries sharing boundary with this Malaysia and Japan, and you have to see which are the water bodies which are present near these countries. And once this meet is done, we will be getting some articles regarding what are the highlights of this meet, or else what are the agreements we are having, how we are improving relations with these countries. We will be getting lots and lots of articles. And next here you can see this Tarang Shakti exercise. So Tarang Shakti 2024 is in news. It is one of the largest international air exercise, Air Force exercise in India. And I also made one short video on this, so please watch that. Okay, and many countries they had been participated. And actually why it is very important, because for the first time German Air Force is on land of India. Okay, till now Germany Air Force didn't land on India, but for first time in this Tarang Shakti exercise we had this. And we are showcasing our aircrafts, like, do you know this Rafale, MiG? Okay, so we are showcasing our advanced technology that we are having in this Air Force exercise. And next, say this one more science and technology related article. So it is DRDO carries out flight test of long range glide bomb. Okay, so take down the question, what is long range glide bomb? What is long range glide bomb? So at least get some details. So it is made by DRDO. So what is DRDO? Where it is located? India. I know that is in India. I want main branch. So see and tell me. And next, as I said, there is one article regarding Parsi community, right? So here, Kiran Riju launches portal for Geo-Parsi scheme. So actually it is talking about one scheme for enhancement of population of Parsis in India, that is Geo-Parsi scheme. So you can get some questions regarding this Geo-Parsi scheme. So our Union Ministry on Minority Affairs. So actually these people, who is majority in India? Hindus. So other than that, other communities are called as minorities. So here our Union Minority Minister is launching a portal for Geo-Parsi scheme, and it is a central sector scheme. So you have to make a note, it is a central sector scheme. Why? Because the population of Parsis is decreasing in India. To enhance the population of Parsi community in India, we are coming up with this portal. And next one is, why we have to protect these minorities? Because you know that India is famous for unity and diversity. So for our rich heritage, for our rich culture, we have to protect this population. So you have to understand what are the needs, or what are the challenges, what are the problems of this Parsi community. And if you are giving solutions for that problems, obviously the population of this Parsi community can be increased. So you have to understand, write down the question. So what are the problems faced by minorities in India? What are the problems faced by minorities in India? And suggest some measures. And suggest some measures. So if you do this type of exercise, your wideness, your thinking process will be increased. And you can write an answer in a multidimensional manner so that you can get good marks. Okay? What are the problems faced by minorities in India, and suggest measures. And suggest measures. So write all these questions and please show me your answers. I think it has been long back. Only very few students are showing answers, not all. So try to write answers on everyday basis and show me your answers. Okay. So these are the very important articles that appeared in our today's Hindu newspaper. So by this I'm concluding. Thank you so much guys for watching, and please do like this class and share this class to your friends, and do subscribe to Rathods IAS Academy.